Hey guys, welcome back to another Super Syrupy Waffles episode. And today I'm just doing, I'm just going to call these videos stuff videos, where I just show you stuff. And that's pretty much all that they're going to be. And today I'm showing you my CD, DVD, and Blu-Ray collection, which I don't have a lot of, but I just wanted to show you guys, because I make light of my game collection, like, all the time, but I don't make very much light to my other stuff that I collect, so, yeah, let's go. Let's just begin in no particular order, really. So first off, we have the entirety of Marble Hornets, which is a YouTube web series. I'm not really sure if they sell these DVDs anymore. I'm pretty sure that they do. You could probably snag these for maybe, I think, 20 bucks each, but you could just watch the whole series on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, and probably most people in my audience don't know, this is a Slender Man series, probably the first Slender Man series on YouTube. I think 2009, I want to say, and it went from 2009 up until 2014, I want to say. I could probably fact check myself on that, but it's a good watch. It's not really for everyone, I must say. A lot of it's walking, especially this season. It's a lot of walking. I do think it starts off pretty high, kind of goes into the middle, kind of goes in until like the very end, where it gets very good. But yeah, this is a good series. It's not the greatest, but it is absolutely worth your time if you're into, creepypasta and horror stuff. Which, I mean, if you're already into that kind of stuff, you probably have already seen this, but, whatever. It's good to know if you haven't. Oh boy, it's the Street Fighter movie. I'm gonna be the first to say it. I'm an unapologetic fan of this movie. I love it to pieces. I think the acting, despite its weirdness, is unironically pretty good. I mean, Raul Julia does a fantastic job. He's definitely the highlight of this movie. He plays M. Bison. You've probably seen a few clips of this movie online, but had no idea where it was from, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these characters do not look like their Street Fighter counterparts. They just kind of look like generic movie characters. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he plays a character that pretty much he's played a million times before. And by the way, he's supposed to be Guile. Not only is that a weird casting choice because Guile is an American hero, but his outfit's just weird as well. It's blue instead of green, which I don't really understand why they did that, but I don't know. Maybe it's to distinguish, blue versus red. It's like Team Fortress 2. I have not played a whole lot of the movie based off of this. I have not played a whole bunch of this movie. I have not played a whole lot of the game based on this movie. Street Fighter 2, the movie, the game. That's what that is, and it's basically just a crappy Mortal Kombat, which Mortal Kombat's already kind of crappy, so take it or leave it, I guess. This is definitely worth a watch. I love this movie. It's so stupid, and if you go in with that mindset that it's so bad it's good, you're gonna have a good time. Or you could piss on it for an hour and a half. I don't know. You do you. And now we have the Lupin the Third stuff, and we're just going to start off in order of, the release. Here is Part 1, the complete Part 1. I don't know why they didn't just do a single release for all the other series, but I got this for a pretty good deal off of eBay. I got it for maybe 30 bucks. I never saw Part 1 going into it, but now that I have, it is probably my favorite Lupin the Third series. For those of you who don't know what Lupin the Third is, it's basically just it's an anime series about a thief called Lupin the Third, and he tags along with a bunch of his pals, who are also criminals, like Jigen Daisuke, who is a sharpshooter, Goemon Ishikawa the 13th, who is a swordsman, and Fujiko Mine, who is a sex symbol. But, this is a very, 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 very solid anime series, and it is from, I want to say mid-70s, I think this is when this came out. And Hayao Miyazaki worked on this, which is a surprise to a lot of people. You would think that for such like a dignified kind of animator, or director I should say, he would be working on something, you know, a bit more, how you say, detailed, or more pretty, more beautiful. And Lupin the Third is not really a beautiful thing. It's a very, like it says, it's hard-boiled, cocky, classy, and silly. These words only begin to describe an amazing master thief, Lupin the Third. Ooh boy. But, yeah, like I said before, it is a very solid series. You don't need to watch all of it, I'd say. Unless if you're like a die-hard Lupin fan already, you don't really need to see all of it. I think you really only need to see maybe the first third of it, and you're pretty good to go. So yeah, it is a very good show. To continue off with some more Lupin stuff, I have some of Part 2. This doesn't even scratch the surface of Part 2. Part 2 is a very, very long series. It's, I think, 150-something episodes, if I'm remembering correctly. This is probably one of the only Lupin series that I've not seen all of, and I doubt you really need to see all of it. This has probably some of the highest highs and some of the lowest lows out of all the Lupin shows. Really, I think like the beginning, the first maybe 25 episodes, I think are good to watch, along with the ones that were like specifically directed by Hayao Miyazaki near the very end. This show, you could very much tell, was handled pretty weirdly with the quality control. The art style is really all over the place. Animation is incredibly stiff for a lot of it, and the episodes just kind of feel lazy in their structure a lot of the times. You know, it's kind of like this. Sometimes I've watched episodes of this and I'm like, have I seen this already? Because a lot of the scenarios just kind of weave into each other the same way. There are some episodes though that are quite the highlights. Like I said, the ones directed by Hayao Miyazaki near the very end are like some of the greatest pieces of anime I think I've ever seen in my life. But this is a very solid series. I think these first 3 volumes of the show on DVD are probably worth picking up. And if you can, find the the bigger box sets that are on, I think, Adult Swim's website. Well, I don't think they're on Adult Swim anymore. They're on Crunchyroll. You could buy them on Crunchyroll for a pretty hefty price, but I don't know, maybe it's worth it. I don't have those releases. I'm not sure if they have any like cool features compared to these. These are already pretty nice releases. They're very fun. Very cheap, by the way. These, I think this was like $5. This was $6, and this was $7. I think they just get more expensive with each new volume. I guess because of, how readily available these ones are in comparison to the others. Because this was the first Lupin series to come out of Japan into North America. And yeah, the initial dub for it was a gag dub, but it's the best. You probably don't need to watch this in Japanese. Unless if you're watching, like, the really, really good episodes. So yeah, that's some of Part 2. Continuing off even more with Lupin the Third, here is Lupin the Third, The Mystery of Mamo, or as this release calls it, The Secret of Mamo. This was the first Lupin the Third movie. It came out I think a year before Castle of Cagliostro, which some people think is the best, but I think this one's the best because I think it captures more of what Lupin III is compared to Castle of Cagliostro. But, I digress. That's a whole different story. I don't have very many Lupin III movies. In fact, I just have 2, but, a lot of them are kind of expensive, and a lot of the Lupin III movies are not that great, so I don't think I'd spend $30 on a DVD for a movie that I don't really like to begin with. If you can, get the movies in, like, packs, but, weirdly enough, Mystery of Mamo is the cheapest. I think it's maybe... I got this maybe for $8, and it came entirely complete with all the stuff in it, and this is a fantastic release of the movie. For a DVD release of a movie, it looks pretty good, I'd say. There's no, like, weird grainy picture. I think it looks pretty close to how it usually would look if you bought it on a Blu-ray. Not 100% exact, actually. I'd probably say maybe it's 65% accurate to the more higher quality releases. But if you can't afford getting the I think it's like $50 on eBay, the Blu-ray release for this, just get the DVD version. It's not that much different. And this has the Pioneer dub, which is the funniest, and has the Part 2 dub that everybody knows. It's not my favorite dub, but you know, it is a very solid one, and I think it's... I don't know if it's closest to the original Japanese. Watch this in Japanese, if you will. And then watch it dubbed, obviously. Because I think you're kind of missing out if you don't watch the dub or the Japanese. You know, both of them. So yeah, this is a very good movie. It's one of my favorites, actually. Visually very beautiful. Story-wise, it's kind of confusing on first watch, but on second watch, you'll grow to appreciate it a little bit more. It's weirdly sincere for a Lupin III movie. It's very much very brash, very like sexy, you know, the kind of thing you'd expect in Lupin III. But yeah, it's weird. It's weirdly sincere, and that's all I really got to say about it. And last for the Lupin III stuff, we have Lupin III the First. This is a kind of divisive one for me. I think it is a very pretty looking movie. I think they captured the style very well in CGI, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of been there, done that for Lupin stories. It's kind of samey, kind of feels like a TV special, just done, you know, with a higher budget. Which, to be honest, I think that's kind of what it is. But, it's decent, it's not great. It's probably the right in the middle in terms of my rankings of Lupin the Third stuff. This is like the bare minimum of what you should do. But, yeah. It's okay. I don't even really know how to introduce this. Bludgeoning Angel Doruko-chan. Alright, I'll tell you why I even have this. This I got at... So my local library was doing a book sale. And I was looking through the books, and there really wasn't anything that I wanted. They had DVDs and Blu-rays, which were like $2 to $5 each. And after I shoveled through like 1,000 Bruce Willis movies, I guess whoever donated it was a real big Bruce Willis fan, there was this. And it was the only like animated thing that I could see on the shelf. And I had to buy it, because what is this title? Admittedly, I have not watched a whole lot of this. I saw one episode. And honestly, I think one episode is enough to tell me what this show is all about. A lot of the voice actors and actresses, I think they're from the Lucky Star English dub. I might be wrong about that, but they sound very familiar. I've heard them somewhere. I might be completely wrong about the premise, but this is essentially about this guy who, in the future, is going to create like a serum that makes everybody in the world every woman in the world perpetually look like they're 12 years old. And that's not a good thing. That's kind of messed up and weird. And I don't condone that at all. So they have this lady, Doruko-chan, just beat him up every day. Like, kill him again and 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 again. And that's kind of what this is. I'm not sure if I want to say I like it, because I think its premise is a little off, but man, it's weird. And I like watching weird things sometimes, you know. This isn't like a favorite of mine. This is just kind of like, I saw it, I bought it, and here we are. Next up we have something that I am absolutely certain is a bootleg. This is Kill la Kill. This is one of those weird Malaysian DVDs. You could find these for quite a few animes I've seen. I've searched up like a few animes on eBay, and they have these like weird bootleg Malaysian DVDs like in spades. You know, I'm glad that I have Kill la Kill on DVD so I could watch it whenever I want instead of subscribing to a stupid streaming service. But these DVD, don't buy these. Do not buy any of these DVDs from Malaysia. They look horrid. And I'm fairly certain that a lot of this artwork in here is like stolen. I'm not sure if this is official at all, because I don't think I've ever seen Ryuko in this kind of style. I've always just kind of seen her how she should, like this. But in terms of the show, I love Kill la Kill. I think it's great. I don't really understand why it got serious near the very end. I think the ending kind of drags, but it's probably one of my favorite animes. Probably not like my favorite of all time, but yeah. Oh, and another thing about these Malaysian DVDs is that the audio's in English, but and that's fine. I was kind of expecting it to be in English. But the weird thing is that like the subtitles, you could never choose. English subtitles are like the direct translation from Japanese to English, and you can't turn them off, which I found incredibly strange. But it's whatever, I guess. I still have the show. Man, what a weird... This is a weird belonging of mine. Next up, we have probably my second favorite show of all time. We have The Venture Brothers. I love The Venture Brothers. This isn't all my Venture Brothers DVDs. These are just, I got this first... Actually, no, I got this first, the third season, because season 3 is probably my favorite, next to 6, and season 1. Which, I think I was looking for season 2 at the same record store I bought this one, and they just had season 1 and not season 2, but it's whatever. Because while I couldn't find it then, I have it now with the complete series on DVD. This complete series box set follows a trend that I really don't like with a lot of DVD box sets, is that not only are they put in these really cheap plastic cases all together, like you see all those layers of DVDs, oh, that fell out, these like crunch and sandwich on each other, and the spindles, they're not like the pop spindles where you press it and then disc pops out. No, you have to like rip it out of the thing, and it's like so violent, and it doesn't. I'm always worried that if I take one of these discs out, it's gonna be destroyed. But this is a fine release if you look past that. I mean, that again, it is just a repackaged discs from the previous collections on DVD. So, like, the Season 1 DVDs are the exact same as the ones from the original Season 1 release. So, I guess if you're looking for, you know, a bit more of a higher quality release, I'm fairly certain that there are Blu-rays out there. I think there's a Blu-ray release of the complete series, but I'm not sure about that. I just found this one, and that's all I found. So yeah, Venture Bros, yay! Behold, my favorite show of all time. And it's on the worst DVD release ever. Oh my god, it sucks. It's horrible. Allow me to explain. So, what they did with this is they got these really, really cheap plastic cases. What is this? Get this out of here. They got these really, really, really cheap plastic cases for this show, which means that when I got this delivered via Amazon, it was practically destroyed. There were pieces missing. I think, yeah, you could see that there's a gigantic piece missing out of this. Like, how'd that happen? Who's handling these DVD boxes? And even then, I'd probably be fine if they were all destroyed, because these are the DVD releases from like 2003. And those DVD releases are like notorious for like being like having weird coloring problems. This is a dark show. Like, not, I mean, yeah, I mean, tonally it's dark sometimes, but dark visually wise, because it was drawn on black paper for the most part. And when you have brightness issues on a show that's incredibly dark, you're gonna have like a lot of problems in the long run. And this is not a good release. I would say buy the collector's edition of Batman the Animated Series, but that comes with like a whole bunch of stuff that like no one wants. It comes with like 3 Funko Pops, and like, who cares? Get that out of here. Why do we need Funko Pops? Just give me the DVDs, give me some like special features, throw in like Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero. You could skip Mystery of the Batwoman, and then call that a release. That's all they could have done with this. But this is just the DVDs. Like, at least with the Venture Brothers DVDs, they reprinted them with fancy new art or whatever. These are just the same discs from like 2003. And this is, it has like such lazy like looking clip art. This looks nothing like the show. This is a horrible release. Do not buy this. This is a fantastic show, but don't buy this. Do not buy this. If you see this for cheap, okay, maybe sure, but like, if you've never seen this show before, please just watch it on something else, man. Don't buy it on this crap. Alright, so now that we've went through all of these, and we're just gonna skip these because I have very little to say about them. This is Batman Brave and the Bold, so, you know, whatever. We're moving on to the Dragon Ball stuff. Now, I'm fairly certain that all of these, including Dragon Ball Z Kai, are bootlegs. And I could tell because I'm not sure if you could see, but the art on the sides here look a little bit stretched out. And I think that's because I've seen other releases of OG Dragon Ball have like these slightly wider boxes. Maybe it's the size of like 2 DVD boxes lined up together. But as this is, This is absolutely a bootleg, and I could also probably tell because on the inside disc, the colors are a little, like, washed out. But nonetheless, it's kind of like a Kill la Kill situation, but slightly better, because the show's all here. All of these, the shows are intact, they're perfectly fine, they look great, except for these. We'll talk about that in a second. They all look good. They're probably the most solid budget releases of Dragon Ball Z that you could find, except for these. So, let me talk about these things. I never watched Dragon Ball Z before buying these, so I was just like, oh, this is like for $60. You get all the stuff, and you're like, okay, cool. So these are what fans would usually describe as the orange bricks. Now these are, I wouldn't say are the worst, but they're definitely not the best at all. For whatever reason, the coloration on everything is like insanely saturated. Like, they blew out the colors on everything, and everyone looks like either like pure white or like, I don't know what they did with the colors. Sometimes Goku's gi looks red, and sometimes it looks like sherbet orange. It's like really weird inconsistencies. By the Buu arc, it gets a little bit better, but everything else is just, oh my god, man, what'd they do to you, man? Oh wow, that's some bad focus. There we go. Yeah, now you can see. So there's, here they are. I like this little lineup they have, where it's all lined up, except for this one. This one, the case is a little bit higher than it should. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, all symmetrical. All everyone loves it, except for these. These don't look that great. They're all stretched out. King Piccolo, you don't look so good, man. But yeah, I love Dragon Ball. OG Dragon Ball is probably my favorite. Dragon Ball Z is second favorite. Kai, same kind of grounds. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And then another Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and then Panty and Stocking, the first season at least. This is, the first season of Panty and Stocking is far better. Whoops, oh god. Season 1 is probably, like, the best. Probably, like, I've never watched Panty and Stocking in Japanese, and I know that's like a cardinal sin for a lot of people, but, I think the English dub for Panty and Stocking is the best, like, ever, in all of, like, dubbing history. I think it's so funny what they did with the writing and, like, everything surrounding the show. It's so funny. And then the second season, I think they kept it, like, a little bit closer to the Japanese, and the jokes just kind of fell flat on its face. They didn't really land as well as Season 1's jokes did. And that's kind of a shame, because I think Season 1 is very, very good all around. But yeah, it looks good. I forgot where I bought this. I think it was like Best Buy or something. But yeah, Panty and Stocking, complete series. Ooh boy, very exciting. There's King Piccolo over there again. That sly dog. Oh, he's out of focus. Oh, dang. And now we move on to my CD collection, which I'm not going to spend too much time on because music is a very, very subjective topic, and I think you guys will be probably less interested to hear about that than I am. But I have pretty much all of the first couple, the first 4 Granddaddy albums. Granddaddy, for those of you who are unaware, is my favorite band of all time. They make such a fantastic, unique sound, and I love them to pieces. They're very, very unique in the greater scale of indie rock. And this is my favorite album of all time. Granddaddy the Sophomore Slump. If you guys haven't seen this, or at least listened to it, I really do recommend it. It's very good. This is their first album, which I got at their like merch table at their at one of their concerts. it's okay, I guess. And this may seem like a funny joke for me to have this, but Scatman's World, this album is genuinely amazing. I really love the message. It's very corny. All things considered, it's very, like, generic. It's like, save the planet, be nice to people. But, like, I don't know, that's a good sentiment to have. I don't know about you, but if you don't think that's a good sentiment to have about life, then I don't want to mess around with you, man. This is not the way I flow. And Scatman's World, yeah, it may have very funny songs, you know, like I'm the Scatman, Scooby-Doo, no, yeah. Just listen to the other ones. They're very good, and they're very important for people who are, you know, like down and out, I'd say. Just in general in life. And also it's like weirdly jazzy, and I like that. Okay, I love this album. This is Electric Six Fire. For the love of God, people, stop releasing new albums in these terrible, terrible cardboard sleeves. These suck. These are terrible. They're not as durable or as safe as CD cases. It feels like I'm gonna break the disc in half every time I take this out. My arm is really hurting from this heavy camera, but whatever. Yeah, it's a good album. Stop putting in those cases. Oh yeah, one more time, we're gonna celebrate. Yes, that was all I had to say about Daft Punk Discovery. Alright, so I'm gonna recreate this from how I saw it in the record store when I bought these. Oh, cool! The entirety of the Shantae Half Genie Hero soundtrack on CD! Wow! I wonder what's... I'm gonna buy this! Oh my god! The Skullgirls soundtrack! Oh, I get both of them! Wow! Some of my favorite video game soundtracks all in one! Maybe this guy really liked limited run games or something. And if not, and if they did, I really don't want to hang out with them. This is a good album, but did you know that CeeLo Green was charged for sexual battery? Yeah, look it up, that's real. This doesn't count as a CD, this is a Blu-ray CD. And if you don't know what that is, neither did I. And this was from Japan. And you could tell it's from Japan because it's one of those things that comes with these weird spine hats. I took it off for whatever reason. It was just sitting up there. But this is a very good arrangement of some FF14 songs. You should probably, if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy, you're probably not gonna like. Well, if you're not a big fan of Final Fantasy, you're probably not gonna like this. But you know, it hits hard, as the kids say. So yeah, good album. And just like that, like I say at the end of almost every meal I've ever had, I'm finished. Here we go. That's my current DVD, Blu-ray, and CD collection. It is steadily growing. I don't think I've mentioned that I've been collecting this kind of stuff for only like 3 years or so, and I've probably been getting like one new thing a month. So I didn't mention this earlier, but like here are these like weird little Toho acrylic standee things. Look, I got a little Patchouli, and I don't it's Sakuya, I think. I don't know much about Toho. I've only played 6, 2, and 7. Those were the only ones I played, and maybe 10 for like 3 minutes before I was like, I think this sucks. I don't know, that's unrelated to the video, but I thought I'd show you anyways. Yay! I love acrylic standees. I got these. Yay! And now you'll get them as well if you rob me or something. Please don't rob me. I have a wife. I don't, but pretend I do. Please. You're out of focus again.